Hello everyone, how are we? I'm playing Viscose Vale Golf Club today. I don't know if it's Viscose or Viscose, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that, but I'm guessing Viscose because of Viscount, is it the word? It's my scrambled logic. Yeah, I've got to be quiet because it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm up for work in 2 hours, but I couldn't sleep, and I thought I'd just get up and crack on with this. I did 8 holes of this yesterday, but I got interrupted, and I thought I'd just start again. So, but my first impressions, lovely looking course. There was a few things I picked up on. I like the look of the fences around the tees, but they're not very practical when it comes to, maintenance and stuff. Again, this is picking holes for the sake of it, but you see how it's been laid on top of the grass has been cut there, both sides. Very nice and uniform, don't get me wrong, but probably if you're going to put fences up, just keep them away from the tees a little bit. Coming from a real life point of view, as I always like to point out. A few trees in front of the tees there. Possibly, I like the ones just off the fairway here. I like that's pretty cool. From a line of sight point of view, it's a bit of a challenge or whatever, but these couple just in front of the tee, I'm not so keen on. The course is very penal. I think there is a bit of strategic thinking, but with fairways this narrow, it is quite awkward to sort of, to gain any kind of strategic sort of thinking through it. But yeah, lovely first hole. Lovely work with I wouldn't mind living there, that's for sure. Not quite sure if this is a real life course. I don't think so, but it does. I always bang on about. I'm coming around to the fantasy courses. Some of them, obviously they're well done and everything, but I still like a course to be, use a designer as almost designing from a real life point of view, and this course touches on that, really well. Anyway, let's get going. I'll probably skip through the first sort of 9 holes and point a few things out I noticed, and then play the back 9 straight up, because I haven't played them yet. So not a very good first shot. Slow sums up my mood, as you could probably tell this morning. Say the new game's coming out in 2 weeks, and so I'll be buying a new game, but the way my PS4 is making a noise this morning, I might be buying a new console to go with it, I think. Yeah, there was just a few things, the usual things. I mean, I'm not a huge fan if you're gonna put rough that narrow around the green, having the path off. I do it myself, mine, so I shouldn't really touch on it. But even the path there is probably it's not too bad. But the main parts were at the back of the green here. It's just a little bit messy. It's not very uniformed. If you just, obviously the green looks as if it's been built there by using shapes rather than the splines. So it might just find it a bit easier to do if you're going to do your shape like that. That's fine, but maybe at the end, run over the edge of it with the splines. Use the splines to put the surface down, and then delete, your little your shapes you've been using. I think the fairways is, even though it's quite jaggedy, for want of a better word, the fairways are quite it does look as if the splines have been used just because of the uniformity of the rough all the way along. Just minor things though, like I said, it's cleaning the course up a little bit. I hope if you do agree, I should say I don't actually know the name of the person who designed it. Empad is his username on TGC Tours, but I'm not quite sure of the full name. It's an Xbox One user as well, which I don't normally. All the vids I'm asked to do are generally on the PS4 Facebook community we have, but this one was requested on TGC Tours website, so which is cool. So as it was a personal request, I made an effort to do it. Yeah, it's just the usual things, you know. The long rough there is quite close to the green. The green sloping off there into rough. These things are just, I suppose it's subjective. I don't know. Is that the right word? Subjective, objective. But my opinion, it's just a little bit, you know. Could do with just smoothing that green off flat there, or if you're going to create a runoff, have a little bit of fairway there or something, but greens are very well done. Pretty mellow, but it suits the course, you know. There was one issue on this hole. Like I said, I'll skip through pretty quick now for the first 3 holes, but obviously there's a few pockets. I don't know if the fairways have been deliberately done like this. I'm not a huge fan. If you see the right there, just the way it's a little bit jaggedy. I mean, I look at it as you're cutting that with a mower, say it just, you know, you wouldn't really do it like that. I like the pockets, they're fine. And there's one over here which was an issue, that a little pocket to drive into, but then you're kind of faced with that. So I guess it's quite the easiest shot there as well. You can sort of push it, pull it into there, or it's certainly easier than trying to get up here. I probably would have removed that tree there and maybe created like an undulation so you blocks your view of the green, so, or you know, or the layup maybe instead of a tree there. I don't really know if you could certainly catch you out if you're not concentrating on your angle for your second shot, but I don't know, I guess you could punch one under there or something. But the bunkers are fairly well done. There's no problem with them. Just probably a bit, I don't think much attention's been paid to them, I suppose. This one here is obviously that big shape we get. These two are pretty cool though. Just a little bit, you know, messy, I suppose. I think it's 105 plays, 4-star, which is really good. But I think you're probably struggling to get the handicap now. So my advice would be, like I said, it's a lovely layout. It's got a lovely feel to it. My advice would just go in and put a bit more effort into smoothing these fairways off and the greens. Maybe a little bit more effort with the bunkers. And ready for 2K21, so it comes out 2K. I don't see any reason playing the first few holes last night why you wouldn't get a handicap on this course. Probably be good for maybe a tour event as well, possibly CC maybe. It is tough though, so you know, maybe a Euro Tour event, I don't know, but you'd have to work on the you know, the presentation a little bit.
This one's looking pretty good.
The layup's pretty good. If you want to get close to the green, you've got to carry the bunker or lay up on the side. Yeah, not really sure about the angles you're coming in, if there's much thought to the way the green's sort of shaped to suit the angle. I don't know. It's hard when you're doing these courses because you don't know what the designer's thinking. I've watched a video of a competition I entered, Royal South Wales in, and some of the notes, a lot of it I agree with, and again I'm going to improve on that going into 2K21. But there was a few things I was sort of, well, that's, you know, I think my second hole, the drive was a bit kind of boring. It was straight up, right? It was a par 5 and I wanted the drive to be easy. I wanted to be straight because the second shot was the fun bit. You know, that was the shot that mattered. So I wanted everyone almost on the fairway, easy shot, so they get a chance to play that second shot. But I like this. It's like I said, it's a difficult layup. If you want to get close to green, you got to carry your bunker or thread it here and get a kick down maybe. Is that oak a bit closer? I don't know. Dear. There's a bank there. Will I catch it? Oh no. This could be a left putt. That sign there is. I like it when the signage is done a bit of effort, but it's a little bit clumsy there. I would have just put it up a few yards up in the rough next to the path. I would say that this bunker as well. I quite like the way it sort of flows into the off the green of the bunker there, but it will probably catch the rough there. It might be steep enough, but I suppose it works from a playability point of view. It's right next to the green. It's, you know, you're gonna catch it if you push it right. I did say on the original playthrough about them trees on the left there, whether they would come into play if you had a sort of 20-mile-an-hour left to right. I had a 10-mile-an-hour left to right, and it didn't come into play. And I think it looks as if the designer has really sort of taken care in making sure any of these trees are sort of, you know, with a lot of them anyway. Obviously we had that issue with it on the second, but generally they're not as in play as they look, you know. I'm not a big fan of sort of bushes and everything off the side of the fairway. I mean, it could be the style of the course, you know. It's quite rugged and unkempt maybe, but it's, you know, that's quite close to the fairway there. Same with the big bush there. You know, if you're driving off, again, it's a game. For the game, it's fine. For a real life course, it's just a bit penal, to say the least. I won't be finding that fairway, I don't think. Very penal. I like that though. I missed the fairway and I didn't just kick on. As difficult as it is. I was lucky.
Nice.
Again, should that have the way that kicked on, then I should have been in the bunker, and I kind of got away with it as a designer, you know, taking that into account, feeding the ball in from you know, clever little angles, little undulations. It doesn't really suit this type of course, so I don't think so. So maybe just smoothing these little spots out, and so I wouldn't have got away with that basically. Ooh, thought I had that.
All right, nice. And
I like the fine little details for the steps leading up the tee and the signage and the fences and all that. Again, I think it was this one. I thought if you had a 20-mile-an-hour to the right to left, would you struggle to get over that? Might get an idea of that now with that tree there I'm on about on the right. I hope I'm pronouncing my words properly today, because like I said, I gotta be quiet. might come into play. Got away with it that time.
Good stuff. All right, you're looking at around 175-yard shot here.
See that bush there? I'm not a big fan of that. So it's just a little bit too close to the green. I like this hole. That bridge is a bit in your face, but it does work, I think. Yeah, it's really nice. Where's that path? You gotta... Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, lovely setting.
Very nice. Quite the elevated green we have in our future.
You see there's a... I suppose that was 8 mile an hour wind, but there's a little pocket there. I wonder whether they were intentional. Little driving pockets. Can't be sure.
Nice. Here we go for your birdie. Perfect. Managed to bring things down to 2 under after that one.
I love the little stream there, and it goes into a fairly big waterfall. I don't know if you can see that off any of the other tees. I think the last hole you could see it a little bit, but not massively. I think if you're going to put that effort into a feature like that, maybe you could have seen a bit more of it. I don't know how, but maybe with the routing you take that more into, I don't know, maybe you see the waterfalls there. Sorry, my poor camera work again. But maybe you would have one, you know, the hole going that way, so you've got a nice stream next to the tee, and then one coming back towards the waterfall. It's possibly just, you know, from a routing point of view, most designers would look for them features like that and almost try and fit a few holes around them. But I think with this, it's kind of, you don't really see a lot of it. I'm not quite sure what kind of course you would call it. I guess it's like a small resort course almost. Just with the benches and stuff, it doesn't. It's hard to tell what kind of idea the designer had in mind with it. Usually you've got your resort course, you've got your members course, you've got your championship course. This should kick left now towards the... I quite like this, but maybe some people would say it's a bit tricked up. But there's a chance there if I was to land kind of where I am now, especially with a bit of a draw on it, there's a good chance I'd end up in the water. I'd be kicked into the water, so maybe tricked up a little bit. But it does, the closer to the water you get as well, you get a nice flat lie, which is good. It's always good. Closer to, especially when you're talking water. I think this is going to reach, but we're going to hit it anyway. That might be pretty good with a fast. Go. That worked out really good. Eagle. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, nice green, little pockets, little tiers of pin placements, which is always cool. See, I would have preferred more the back of the green. You got that bit of fairway. Maybe every green was sort of that, like that. If you're gonna have these little runoffs, because that suits where I am now. That's fine as a little runoff because it's running onto fairway. Do you get me? This was the first hole when I was playing yesterday that I thought I kind of get it now. It does. It's got that real life course feel I keep talking about, and I sort of felt it from this hole. You can imagine playing this hole in real life. Again, a few issues, like here you've got rough around the bunker and the back one there, and then you don't with these two. Just the uniformity of everything. Little random bit of rough there. Them little things are, you know, the only thing to me maybe spoiling this course a little is little things like that. It's possibly better shapes with the greens and the fairways, just a bit smoother, and just a bit more attention to detail with the bunkers, and maybe a few less trees possibly. Do you need that big tree at the back there? Let's have a little skate around, see what features have been put in. I think they're windmills over there. That's a windmill, so it could be Holland. We could be in Holland, but I didn't mention this, did I? I'm not quite sure where the location is. I'm guessing Germany. Could be England possibly, but I don't know. It's just the name, the feel of it. It feels German. Bit random there with the dock. The docking area for the boat there, and say the houses are nice, just maybe a little bit more. And I suppose it's not really visible. See how the right side there, you're nearly right, you nearly joined it up to the green. You imagine mowing that and you sort of drifted onto the fringe, and the fringe would almost be the fairway kind of thing, and you'd go round. Over this side, not so much, it's kind of square on. These are the things I see with a lot of the courses. I've done them myself, you know. You forget sometimes and you miss a few, but say a bit odd shaped green. It's very, very square. Kind of a feature of the course, so I will say that. Again, with the approach there, it's all a bit messy there. Just a bit random with the rough and stuff. Yeah, not too good there. Not too good. Just need to, you know, it could be a really good hole. I like the way it plays. You know, your layup zone is littered with hazards. You either go for it or you don't. Something I always sort of try and do in my par fives, but not visible either. If you could maybe have just dropped it down possibly, and so you see some real nice sort of well done bunkering. I would advise having a look at some of the instructional videos for bunkering, maybe Canucks vids. Give you some tips on how to, you know, really smarten up your bunkers. Yeah, I quite like the way we've sort of filtered in a few houses and stuff in the background. That's something I do quite a bit, just to jazz it up and give it a bit more of a feel, real life feel.
And after that one, you go down to one. Don't be superstitious. It's just hole number 13. This is just a number. Let's see what we can do.
Got some cows and some mansions on the hill. Again, a lovely setting. I mean, that's well done. You know, it's just, you don't see that very often. You wouldn't see a big bridge there. Even if it just came out a few yards, just maybe to here, and you push the stream to the left a bit, just give you a bit of room here. I don't know. Slow now. I think we're getting some new toilets for the new game, apparently. Lots of new toilets, lots of new sheds. Keep adding them, mate. I hope we have the ability to sort of tilt and drop these new objects, because part of getting creative with it is using, you know, any object really to create something, some sort of feature, whatever it may be.
I think this looks pretty safe.
Nice windmill, and I guess that's the granary or whatever underneath.
Okay, so we're right around 180 yards out.
Quite tough if you had a pin position there with that tree. I quite like that. It's not always a done thing, but there's enough room there to get you a little fade in there. Quite a nice setting up here. A house and another waterfall there. I think that's a bit more like it as opposed to that one that was on the tee where you couldn't really see much. Still can't see a lot of it, but at least you get a bit of a glimpse. I wish I'd asked the designer where we were. It's got to be Germany, surely. It could be Austria though, somewhere like that. It's one of them European countries anyway, I'm pretty sure. Nice, so that's really well done. I won't go in close. Should we go in close and have a little look? Yeah, good bit of effort made. That's a really nice picturesque backdrop, that is. Well done. I like that. A long hole.
Tee shot's looking good here.
I think this might be my favourite hole. Nice challenging tee shot, cut as much off as you want on the fairway. Come round. Keep coming.
Actually,
Well, I did intend that, but nice green, you know, long second shot. You've got a nice receptive green. Yeah, I really like this hole. Oh God.
Coming up.
Yeah, lovely, lovely setting again. Nice, you've got two holes and one sort of setting, you know. A bit like what I said with that waterfall earlier. You're playing one way, but you're getting the best of it by playing into it again, sort of thing, as a feature. Yeah, lovely. All in one, come on. I'm never a fan of driving over things like that. I picked someone up on ball washers the other day, driving over ball washers, so I... Oh, sorry. I guess it's not too bad. It just sort of affects the visual of the hole, you know. I'm looking up there now. If they weren't there, I'd have a really nice... You've got the bunkers either side into the driving zone there. Just look better if they weren't there, I think. Another par 5. I feel like that's a lot of par 5s. I'll check the scorecard. The last two holes were my favourite, I think, on the course. So that's good. And this looks really nice. I do... So I know I'm keeping on about the bushes and stuff, but I do think sometimes less is more. I think that applies to this course. I'd have maybe taken some of the bushes out and maybe a few less trees and Maybe a bit more of the darker grasses, just as an aesthetic alongside the holes. We got that spline with the new game coming out, or you can do the spline and fill it with the grasses, and also, you know, something you could possibly think about doing. I like that little pocket of green there. Brings that bunker into play. I suppose it is a par 5 though, so.
Looks like,
I don't even comment on the very fast anymore, it happens so much. Got the birdie, 2 under. I should be able to finish under par now, which is always a mission at the moment. Lovely looking finishing hole. Yeah, my overall impressions of the course, really good. From a gaming point of view, it's fun to play. It's a real challenge for someone at my level anyway. I think it'd do well as maybe a European Tour venue, CC possibly. But yeah, like I said, from a game point of view, I think it's really good. There are a few issues if you're coming into, you know, from a real life point of view, presentation wise. Even the left there with a tree, that little birch, is it? Just tidying a few things up, smoothing the fairways off, a bit more work and effort on the bunkers, smoothing the greens. You know, just the things I've mentioned in the video. Going forward, I think you could turn this into a handicap for the next game, no problem at all. Finishing style, is it? Is this another par 5? Surely not. The finishing holes have been my favourite. 16, 17. Sorry, 15, 16, 17. No, it's not a par 5. Better swing.
I think this is bound for the green.
Sit. There we are. Nice backdrop.
This one
to the 18th, nice clubhouse. I don't fuss around going in and checking all the details, because I think it's more about perception when it comes to them things, you know. So it looks like it's from a distance. That was inevitable on it. Anyway, 2 under, not too bad, yeah. Lovely course, Viscose Vale by MPAD on TGC Tours. Give it a play. Keep an eye out for it on 2K21. Hopefully you'll remaster it. And good going forward, hopefully, with the next courses you do. But yeah, good job, mate.
Well done. 2 under par to end things here. Well